Hello, my name is Adam, and I am here to introduce you to Warhammer Age of Sigmar Mortal Realms. This is issue 1. In this issue, instead of the Warhammer 40k Conquest series, where issue 1 came with intercessors, we have got our sequitors as well as our chain rasps. I believe this is 2 sprues from the Stormstrike box set, which you can get from Games Workshop for £25, which makes this issue around £12. If you were to buy it separately in Games Workshop for the certain boxes, I think this comes in a box for 6, which is around £25, so you're probably talking £12 there. And if I recall, these came in a box that's £30, so you're probably talking about £15 here. I could be wrong. Please don't hold me on this. I have been wrong before. Now, obviously, we've got our 6 dice. We've got our battle ruler. And we get 10 20mm bases for our chain rasps. Now, I have already opened this, as well as the 3 other issues, because of the fact that in this one, I wanted to subscribe to the series to get 4 every month. You can also reserve your copy as a newsagent, like all. I'm sorry if I say this wrong. Is it Hatechi? But I don't do that because, well, if you subscribe, you get a tankard, which is what I want. You've also got a free poster. Obviously, you get a free poster. You've got the introduction to Mortal Realms. You've got the Mortal Realms and what's going to happen. So you've got collect, which is obviously the lore. You've got the build, the paint, and the play. Now, in the Conquest series, play was in green. This one has turned into purple. Now, this looks like a very cool picture. And the poster, my guess is that this is Sigmar. He looks quite cool. I like the chains in his forehead and the shield. So we shall put that to one side and grab the magazine. Oh, wait, no, there's something else as well. We have got, I think, is this a battle mat? We shall find out. I wonder if that's a battle mat. Anyway, this feels like a thick book. Well, magazine. It feels thicker than the Conquest. That might just be because it's issue 1. So, let us open it. Like in all Conquests, we have a message from Ian. And we have got the Mortal Realms, the Age of Sigmar. Now, I shall tell you this now. I am a 40k player. I have never played Warhammer, fantasy or otherwise, but I am willing to collect this magazine to learn, to play, to have fun, and started collecting Age of Sigmar. So I know nothing about the lore. I know nothing about anything about the series, to be honest. So I should be learning along with you. I have not read this book either. So, Chaos, the dark gods of Chaos, used their mortal followers to spread death and destruction. Sigmar Stormcast Eternals were created to stop them. And we have our Stormcast Eternals. I am guessing they had the basic bread and butter of troops. I am sorry, my throat is a little bit funny at the minute. We've got storm hosts. I'm not too sure what the storm hosts are. I'm wondering if that's an army. Storm host Eternals were organised. The Stormcast Eternals were organised into storm hosts. The exact number of storm hosts is a mystery to all but Sigmar himself, but all of them have their own unique names and heraldry. Each storm host is made up of between 5 and 10,000 warriors. Wow. And each is a mighty army in its own way. Perhaps the most famous of the storm hosts are the Golden Armoured Hammer of Sigmar, who were the first storm hosts to be created by the God King. So, we've got the Sequitors. I wonder if the Sequitors are the bread and butter of all troops then. Well, live and learn. Another quite stunning picture, really. Not much of a fan of the helmet, but it looks a little, I don't know, would you say Necron? No, well, Necrons don't really have a nose, do they? Anyway. Now, this feels weird. Oh, that's right. War in the Underworld. Now, I have never seen this before in a Conquest. So, Sigmar, who is the big daddy of the Storm Hosts. What's this? Saish, Realm of Death. I am guessing this is our battleground that we are going to be fighting over for, I am going to say, 80 issues, just like Conquest. And hopefully there will be enough in there for me to learn everything about Age of Sigmar. And we have got Nagash, who, you can tell by the ominous picture, is the bad guy in all this. Is he a bad guy, or is he just a good guy with ulterior motives? To stare upon the majesty of Nagash is to look upon death itself. His eyes are pitiless, void windows into a barren soul. To stand in his presence is to feel a bone-deep terror that chills to the core. So, yes, the bad guy. Now, the Nighthorns. Ice-cold fear heralds their arrival. Only ruined corpses mark their passing. Now, it's a horse, and it's a rider, obviously. So, the Nighthorns, are they like the armies of the dead? I don't know. I shall have to read that. Nighthorn procession. Nighthorn armies are called processions. These processions emit a wave of terror that erodes the will of the enemies until they are frozen by fear. So, I don't know what that is, but it looks quite cool. Quite well painted as well. Try and focus. 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 quite cool. So we got a lot to learn. Chain rasps. So they're the basic bread and butter of the Night Haunts. The Vengeful Dead. I don't know what they are. They seem to have their own names. The Grave Maiden, Gallowgast, Cref Soulvoid, Yorick the Rickard. We've got our how to build guide. And it starts with the Secretors and goes to the Chain Rasp Horde. Now, I've just seen something. So, we've got obviously the Dread Warden. Extra component. You will not need to use this component. You will not need to use this component. So, does that mean we're going to be using it in the next few chapters, or can we use it for something else? It doesn't really state. Okay. I am sorry, my phone has just gone off. And we've got the build and how to paint on the same page. How do we do this on the file? I do not know. We shall see. But we've got no paints. I have, but not from Mortal Realms, so we can't really learn how to paint yet. The Eve of Battle. Now, I always like reading these, but they do get a bit long and daunting at times. So we obviously learn how to fight. We've got 2 different armies in this issue, unlike Conquest, where we only got intercessors with paint. So we got to learn how to paint first before we got to fight. Whereas in this, we get to fight before we get to paint. It tells you what we're going to need. Sorry, it's going a bit blurry. Tells you everything you need to know, such as piling the weapons. You get to play through it. We get the Secretor's attack. It doesn't tell you how many runes they've got. Not that I've seen yet, but so we don't really know. Unless it might say while I'm reading. I haven't looked. Subscribe to Mortal Realms. I already have done. I'm not sure what issue it starts with, but I have been collecting them from my local newsagents, as it might start from issue 5 or it might start from issue 2. Coming in issue 2, you get to read more about the Night Haunts. You get paint and paintbrush. We get Korax White. And what are they? Looks like ghosts? Ghasts, maybe? I shall find out later. Unless it says here. Miramon Banshees. There you go. We got the Miramon Banshees. And in issue 3, we've got the Retributor Armor Paint, Gryphound, and 3, what were they called? Castigators. So, thank you for